Hi students, today I'm going to read a story called The Glove Family, Part 1. Have older family members or friends told you stories about when they were young? Turn and tell a stuffy, a pet, or a human what your family members or friends have told you about when they were young. And if you haven't had a family member tell you or friends tell you a story about when they were young, think about a story you could tell somebody else about when you were younger. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this text to you. The Glove Family by Andrea Cheng. Mamika Grandma tried to straighten out her fingers. You know, Anuska, I think I am done knitting, she said. My fingers just won't do what I tell them anymore. I looked at Mamika's hands, so knobby at the knuckles. When I was little, she had taught me how to sew dresses for my dolls. Her hands had been sure and strong as we cut scraps for fabric and shaped them into small dresses and blouses and skirts. We'd even made a Hungarian folk dress with tiny tulips embroidered onto the apron. You are very good with a needle, Anuska, Mamika had said, smiling. But now she can hardly bend her fingers. The doctor took x-rays and turned her hands this way and that. Finally, he said that Mamika had arthritis. We explained it to her in Hungarian and English. She nodded quietly. She understood. The doctor said Mamika should keep her hands warm. I made her cups of tea to hold and moved her chair closer to the fire. But her fingers were still stiff no matter how much tea I brought. I wasn't used to seeing Mamika's hands so still. When I came downstairs in the morning, her hands were clasped in her lap. In the evening, Mamika's quiet hands made even her voice stay still. I tried to help her find her voice. Mamika, tell me about when you were a little girl and hungry, I begged, knowing she loved to tell stories. Tell me about Petit. Usually the stories were about Petit. About Petit were the best because he was the youngest of Mamika's 9 brothers and sisters, and he was full of mischief. That was so long ago, Anuska, whispered Mamika. I can barely remember. This year, there were no knitted hats with matching mittens for Christmas, no striped vests or soft sweaters. But I miss Mamika's voice more than those. What about her sister Olga and the time she gave their wax doll a bath in hot water? What about Petit cutting off Zuzi's beautiful braids and then hiding them in the closet? Were those words still moving silently in her head? Mom was sorting through our clothes for spring. Most of my sweaters went to my younger sister, but some had big holes at the elbows. Anuska, take these out to the trash, Mom said. There's no need to keep worn out clothes. I looked sadly at the pile and then picked it up. Mamika was staring down at her hands, and I startled her as I walked by. Wait, Anuska, she said. Let me see those. I got a little confused in the 4th paragraph. I'm going to show you where that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, where it says the doctor said Mamika should keep her hands warm. I made her cups of tea to hold and moved her chair closer to the fire, but her fingers were stiff no matter how much tea I brought. I asked myself a question when I read that paragraph. I asked, how could tea help Mamika's fingers? And then I thought about when I drink a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and my cups are warm. So I think Anuska was thinking that the warmth from the cup of tea would help Mamika's fingers, but unfortunately it did not. There was another word that was mentioned, and that was x-ray, and that was up here where my cursor is at in the 3rd paragraph. It's kind of an uncommon word, but the story says the doctor took x-rays of Mamika's hands. So we can figure out that x-rays must be a way doctors can find out more information about a person's body. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to turn to a stuffy, a pet, or a human and answer this question. Do you think it is important that Momika tell Anushka stories about the past? Why or why not? You can say, I do think it's important for Momika to tell Anushka stories about the past because. You can say, I do not think it is important for Momika to tell Anushka stories about the past because. Or you can just say, I think it's important because, or I do not think it's important because. Thanks for sharing this story with me, students. I'll catch you in another video.